92.3 Nigeria Info, Sam Oracle Chinedu here. At 10 a.m. today, this is what made the news. The 2025 I Beg to Differ debate competition debuts today, with two important debates slated to happen from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. In the first debate, Clifford, Mary Jane, and Vera Anyi will argue whether it is acceptable to prioritize ethnic interest over national concerns. The second debate, which comes up at 11 a.m., will be Bamidele Princess and Orike Bestman on the topic, should access to the internet be considered a human right? The competition challenges young debaters to engage in critical discussions on pressing societal issues. The competition will be aired live on Nigeria Info. Now, that was from 10 this morning. It is 3:24 p.m. As you can tell, this has happened. And it's still happening, as it will go on every day with different episodes, different debaters. And hopefully we come to a crescendo where one person is crowned king, or for gender balance, queen, as the case may be. Why is this important? I don't even need to tell you. But if you need a list of reasons, I will. Sam Oracle Chinedu, broadcaster at 92.3 Nigeria Info, was the president of the Literary and Debating Society in his secondary school. That was one of the extracurricular activities that I was fully functional in. It was first press club, where we felt we needed to be editors and read the news in the assembly, and then it was debating. And I can tell you for free that till today, the benefits of being a debater in school is still paying off till today. Now, not every child might be a debater, right? That's a fact. But everyone should put themselves in opportunities where they have mastery of public speaking. It's very important. There are too many instances, too many cases. And I speak as someone who also does training on communication. And then the nature and caliber of people who reach out to say, oh, I'd like to learn this. Believe me, you would not believe. Because the need to communicate effectively is a basic human need. As a matter of fact, I think it's a human right. So being involved in a competition like this, having your child listen to a competition like this to just stir that hunger. And most importantly, this is the part where we show off. Nigeria Info being a brand that promotes things like this, as against all the other things on social media that have no space in your place, is commendable. So, as the debates unfold every day, join in live. Hear the kids argue. See your child in those kids if they are around that age. Let it spur you, let it inspire you, let it motivate you to also ensure that your kids have the requisite skills for survival, because this is a survival skill. But most importantly, be a part of the thrill and the adventure. Enjoy the moments. And let us give value to intelligence. Let people get rewarded for the right reasons. Not those shaking things and doing things and showing things. I'm sure you know where I'm going with this. It is important that you push your child in the right direction. Because like I said, I am still reaping the benefits of being on the debate team from secondary school. And well, I was fortunate. I was the president of that club. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. If you are not convinced at this point, we can't help you. So once again, just because I can, the promo.
Season 4 from 24 February.
at the present.
Okay. You heard the man. It is in line with the party's constitution. But he went further to say that no other congresses will be held. This one is the original copy.
So there's no law that said everybody must be present before a convention or a congress is held. And let me assure you, after the election today, no other congress will. This is our job. This is our terrain. We are not new to this. The constitution did not say National Working Committee shall conduct national congress.
Okay. Is what we do. Now, as you may know, the camp loyal to the FCT minister conducted the South-South PDP Zonal Congress in Calabar on Saturday, where Dan Obi was re-elected as its chairman. Chairman of the Electoral Committee, Vita Abba, said Mr. Obi polled 174 votes to emerge the winner of the election. Other officials elected include Alaba Turner, Secretary, Evelyn Nweke, Treasurer, Ijoma Obani, Financial Secretary, and Timothy Okwoche, Organizing Secretary. The PDP has responded. The National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologunagba, has dismissed claims that it conducted its South-South Zonal Congress. In a statement, he said the reported gathering in Calabar Cross River was not an official event of the party. The statement further explained that the party had officially postponed the Congress to allow for broader consultations. Okay. Now recall, of course, that a High Court sitting in Abuja ruled that the PDP can proceed with its South-South Zonal Elective Congress scheduled for February 22nd in Calabar. So this is where we are. This is as much as we know. And we have questions to ask and very likely opinions to share. What are my thoughts? It doesn't matter. But I believe that at this point, it might be safe to say that the PDP has lost its shot at 2027. Because you know what they say about a house divided against itself. If they have not resolved the internal crisis at this point, and I know it might seem like 2027 is far away, it's not. We literally got into this year yesterday. This week, we will see the very end of February. It doesn't seem like the back and forth will end anytime soon. And because it will not end, some might say, oh, Sam, don't be hasty. You never can tell. There is a God of an 11th hour miracle. Yes, that God does exist. But I doubt he would want to intervene in this matter. At this point, it is very safe to say that the PDP has lost its shot at 2027. Because is it caterpillar or canker worm, they say that is eating the vegetable from inside. Whichever of the worm, that worm is not dead, that worm is still eating and is growing fatter. And the appetite is bigger. It will continue to eat until there's nothing left to eat. So if the agenda is to unseat the APC, which it should be for a PDP or other political parties, well, I don't want to say it's dead on arrival, but it's in coma, it's fainting, it's dying. And unless something drastic happens, it will die. Secondly, and this is a question that I need an answer to, even though you and I might not be legal practitioners, so maybe a lawyer listening should help. What is the strength of a court order in Nigeria? Maybe I'm new to the country. I'm a foreigner. I just flew in. And I'm hearing these political stories that a Congress held, but there was a court order. And there are many stories before this one about things that went ahead to happen, even though a court had said it should not happen. And so I'm literally asking about the strength of the judiciary in this country. What is the strength of a court order in Nigeria? Does it suddenly lose its potency when it comes to political matters, but have an efficiency with other things? I would genuinely like to know. Because I'm supposed to know, but somehow I don't think I do. These questions beg urgent answers. I'll take the next headline and we open the phone lines for you to be a part of the conversation. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has justified its recent crackdown on fake drugs across the country and dismissed claims that the organization was against businesses. NAFDAC's recent crackdown has seen it raiding markets and shops where these substances are discovered triggering condemnation, with some accusing the agency of unfairness and targeting non-drug sections of the market. But NAFDAC Director General Mojisola Adeye dismissed the allegations and hinged the organization's action on safeguarding the health of the nation. In one of the raided warehouses, she showed how expired drugs are repackaged.
This is anti-malaria, artemether lumefantrine, empty packets that are going to be filled with whatever, and somebody will have malaria and they said it's malaria and died. So these packages, what my director is telling me now, these packages showed the expiration, and they will have counterfeited the new packages and put expired drugs in new packages. So when you buy, you will say it's 2027, but it's actually, it has expired.
Okay. So the first thing I did when I saw this headline was try to confirm if there was a mistake with the number. 11,000 shops. Now, these are in cities across the country. Lagos, Aba, and I can't remember the other one mentioned. But across Nigeria. Let me tell you. If you have 5 shops, just 5, selling illicit drugs or fake drugs, just 5, it is drastic, it is dire, it is deadly, and it calls for a state of emergency. Just 5 shops. Let's bring it to Port Harcourt. One is in Rumola, the other one is in Rumo up, Rumo down, Rumo left, Rumo right, and Rumo side. It is enough to declare a state of emergency because these are health matters. There are people on routine drugs. The idea behind a drug is that you don't feel good. When you take it, you feel better. Now, that drug is not just incapable of making you feel better. It might aggravate, it might make... Calm down, Sam. So life is directly tied to this. Now, I know that criminals are criminals. I understand. But is there no conscience? Do criminals not have meetings where they say, you know what? But these we need to stay away from. Some people who are very easy criminals will say, how I pay around, I wouldn't touch a person's wife. Do criminals not have this? Are there no places they say, you know what, I'm a criminal, but this one, I think it's too much. 11,000 shops at the country. This is a pandemic. That means that every time you take a drug, if you take maybe 4 or 5, I don't know the exact stats, but the chances of a majority of those being fake is very high. And I'm shocked that there are dissenting voices. People are even fighting NAFDAC. This is a matter of life and death. But the most disheartening part, the biggest heartbreaker, is that this is rendering the fight of Professor Dora Akunyili useless. That woman fought with her life. They shot at Dora. NAFDAC became an agency that we knew. Before Dora, I didn't know there was a NAFDAC. She fought internationally, fought locally, and you and I know that there was some sanity to food and drug industry. Now it's almost like she was never here, like nothing happened. She took the war to them. And for once, you and I were proud to be Nigerians because we were winning that war. I want to say what happened, but I know what happened. Why do we have 11,000 shops selling fake drugs in a country where people get sick? Everyone has an old father or mother that would need some medicine to feel better. And every once in a while, somebody somewhere has high blood pressure. 11,000. That's not normal. That is not normal. It is a crime scene. I'm not overreacting, believe me. It's life and death. There are more headlines to take, but between now and then, I need to hear from you. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. I beg today for season 4 has begun. The PDP Congress holds despite a court order, and NAFDAC shuts down 11,000 shops dealing on illicit drugs. Call me and let's talk. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Sam.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
What's your name?
My name is Comrade Clinton calling from Bori.
Go ahead.
The issue related to food and drugs for me are issues that we must take serious at every given opportunity. So the activity of NAFDAC for me is commendable. People must support this fight. If you look at what they are doing, illegal drugs, expired drugs, when they buy these things, they sell at high prices to Nigerians. And the funny thing is that these drugs are kill. When you take this substance into your body, do you know what it does to your liver and your kidney? And here people having side effects, several side effects. Please, we must condemn this act. Governors must support the NAFDAC and body to fight the issue of fake drugs in Nigeria. Then back to the issue of PDP. The PDP at the zonal level have the right to conduct their own Congress. It's enshrined in their constitution. Moreover, they were also empowered by a court order from Abuja to go ahead with their Congress. So why all this cry? So I believe the FT minister is on his right to say no other Congress will hold in the zone. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. We're going from him to Gift, who calls from Yenagoa. Hello, Gift.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you.
Too.
Let me start with the question of the Congress. I'm Constitution. It is not a governor that will appear before the PDP Constitution will become legit. This is the area people don't understand. Ordinarily, I'm telling you, no governor has power more than any other member in any political party, especially the PDP. What is our name? People's Democratic Party. So if you decide to go to your wedding, that is left to you. The people who are claiming court order, let me clear the air. They went to Federal High Court Abuja to stop this particular Congress because the Congress, the people who have the power, which is the zonal Congress, the man that is the chairman and the acting secretary, Turner from Bayelsa here, they went to Edo to agree on the venue that they will make use of. Everybody endorsed that very venue, which is Calabar. At the end of the day, people ran to Abuja to stop this very Congress. Federal High Court of Motosho refused them and fixed date, March 4th. They ran back to River State High Court that does not even have jurisdiction. But what they did, the funny thing, they were the ones who were flying all over the media, whether social media, print media, any traditional media, everywhere, but we refuse to make noise. It was after the radio stations everywhere were announcing this before we now flagged what they did. One person from Edo, one from Bayelsa. They are the people that they use. You have lost. It is not because your governor was there or not that will make, are you a party escort? You are only one of the members, and your governor's forum is just a pressure group. Nobody recognizes you. It is because in this part of the world, people worship these governors. So if your governor is not part of it, then you are telling me it is not legit. Who told you?
Thank you, Gift.
The final, you said what?
I said thank you very much.
Thank you. That is the final. Nothing will change.
Indeed, it is the final. Thank God calls from Gokana. Hello, thank God. Good afternoon. All right, I've lost that call. Emeka from Ilele. Hello, Emeka.
Yes, my dear brother.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes, my name is Emeka calling from Ilele. I'm living in.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to condemn the conflicting judgment coming from the same court of collegiate jurisdiction. That was a court order from Rivers High Court, reside here in South, that stopped the Congress of PDP Congress. They went out to Abuja because they procure judgment in Abuja on Federal High Court in North Central, giving them go ahead to got this thing. My brother, judiciary is one of the major problems that we are facing in this country. Let the judiciary stand on their feet to say no to injustice. Conflicting judgment is getting out of hand. People will resolve in self-help one day. People will not expect judiciary again, no. How can you tell me a South Congress, you cannot see the owners of the party there, the poor governor that came from South. You cannot see the former governor. The only former governor that was there is Donald a pensioner. He has retired politically. No National Working Committee present. My brother, I don't know where we're heading to. In regards to the 11,000 pharmacies that they declare their store to be selling the drugs. My brother, that one, we are in problem. Nigeria is on the crossroad. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. JJ calls from PH Town. Hello, JJ.
Yes, Sam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My brother.
Good afternoon.
You see, you know Majek Pashek, right?
Yes, indeed.
One of his songs, he said the way many things are going now, that anything can happen when righteous people turn things upside down. Sam, imagine you have a guy you know that is very strong, and you have a problem that you know that is the only one that can solve it for you.
Okay.
And you run to the guy, you discover that the guy hand don't break. How will you feel?
Helpless.
That's the same thing that NAFDAC is trying to tell us right now. 11,000 stores selling fake drugs. It's just like 11,000 stores selling guns and bullets to people. Just imagine you have stomach pain and you run to one of the shops and say, okay, give me this. So instead of solving that problem, it's even worsening the problem.
Yeah.
Sam, close your eyes and imagine what that can be and say, God forbid. But for the congresses, the governors are the leaders of their party in their state. How come you have 4 good governors who are governors in the South? None of them were present, and you are telling us or assuming that their people were there. Who led them to that Congress? The one that happened in the northeast, the governors were there. So how come this one now is different and one man is now in charge, is the one, even if the court, let's assume now that the court gives them go ahead. And the party said it's not convenient for us to do. So the court will now run the party for the party. I don't get this whole thing. So as far as I'm concerned, people just gather in Calabar to do whatever they want to do, not in the name of PDP, but in the name of whatever they think they have done. It's not a PDP Congress because the PDP informed all the governors and all the leaders of the party in the South that this thing cannot hold and that they will give a new date. And that stands, for goodness sake. No, when he was governor, will he allow anybody to do this to him?
Okay.
Why are we like this?
Thank you, JJ.
You support this, the next thing you somersault. I beg you, thank you.
Thank you very much. Robin calls from HA. Okay, I've lost that call. Let's see, we have a comment on Facebook. Remember, we're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can watch, listen, and drop comments on those platforms. Akobundo Gots in June 1 says, I beg to differ, debate season 4 begins. Please, the participating schools have to be clearly stated together with debaters' names. We called the debaters' names. It was even in the report I just took. The names of debaters and the topic for debates. So, yeah, as you follow through, I'm sure you get the information ahead of the next round. Over to WhatsApp. Hello, Chinedu. The PDP Congress held in Calabar is a one-man show and not in line with the PDP collective agenda. It's a waste of time, money, and resources. Enoch from Ada George says, Mr. Emmanuel says, Sam is a petty, seen weaker group. Go, okay, I think you mean it's a pity. Go to Cross River State to conduct a PDP zonal election. And I also listened to him when he said during his PDP state election in River State that it is PDP NEC that gives go ahead and no court has the right to stop them. He has lost everything, Emmanuel says. One is in West on WhatsApp as well says, good day, PDP South-South Zonal Congress in Calabar despite court's order. As much as the South-South governors and NWC are concerned, the Zonal Kangaroo Congress does not hold water and will not stand the test of time. The FCT minister's faction disobeyed and went ahead to hold the Zonal Congress. Owanete West says, I'll be going back to the phone line shortly. Good afternoon. My leader, His Excellency Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, saying that the South-South PDP Congress held last week is authentic and the only Congress is a welcome development. I concur with what my leader said. Those who don't like it are free to leave party. Sylvester should be listening from us. Okay, Sylvester. Bera Bay from Gokana is on the phone. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I'm Mr. Barabe calling from Gokana.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to go straight to the PDP Congress in Calabar.
Please.
Let's face the facts. We all know how PDP started. Since the inception of PDP, governors are the leaders of each state. And that was how, let me go straight, I will call names. Let me go straight. What made Wike to be Wike in this Nigeria and all over the world is when he became a governor. And the power he was having as a governor. And the work he did as a governor. That was what made him to be who he is today. So there is no less governor and bigger governors. These present governors are the same level when he was a governor. So he cannot tell us he's bigger than all the governors in the South-South. So it's a shame to what is happening. But we know what he's doing. It will be a time to reap what he's doing. Today, I'm just linking into what Babangida is doing today now. His conscience is revealing what he did. Wike will reveal what he did. His conscience is judging when he get older, maybe than this.
Wow. Berabe, are you a prophet? Okay. So we'll have to keep our fingers crossed and wait for Wike's conscience. I'll be taking calls shortly, but I have to quickly get into this headline. The Senate has started a 2-day public hearing on the proposed tax reform bill, bringing together key stakeholders from the nation's economic and financial sectors. Chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Sani Musa, assured that the process would be transparent and guided by national interest. He said the hearing aims to review the reform, the country's tax laws to align with current economic realities. Now, the important part of this, every part is important, but the part that you should take note of is that a public hearing has started. Public, which means that you can and should be a part of it. There are so many bills that eventually became acts that people complained, they did not consult with the public. We don't even know when. When the national anthem bill, which happened in maybe a day or two, or I think hours, everybody said, but who did they meet? Who did they? And yes, the Senate does, once in a while, we just hear things, and nobody knows when the deliberations were made. Now, this is about our tax. Should you be a part of this? Yes, you should. So for those who live in Abuja, go to the House. This should be the upper chamber. You're very, very free to walk in there. It's a public hearing. Stay informed on public hearings, obtain an invitation or permission to attend, submit a memorandum. Yes, you can submit a written contribution to the Senate committee handling the issue. Attend in person or virtually. I know that it should be streamed. I'm not quite sure. Maybe we'll try to get the link across. But I know that there are TV stations that cover the Senate hearing. It's usually streamed on some channels on YouTube. So make sure that you know what they are saying when they said it. It would not be nice for you to get the story from a third-party source. But most importantly, you can engage your senator to express interest in a hearing or to present concerns through them. So be a part of the public hearing to determine the economic direction of your country. It's very important. Thank you for listening. Let's go back to the phone lines. Chima from Rukuta. Hello, Chima.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Oracle.
Good afternoon, Chima.
Yeah, Mr. Oracle, it's so pathetic that our businessmen in Nigeria are so selfish. I think I'm sorry to use that language, that you will be involved in a business and that you know is going to affect humanity. See, so with a level of unconsciousness. Now, I want to ask, as that goes, are those that you don't trust in the market, you don't know your relatives are there. I want that is how wicked now we have become. We don't even care about our relatives again. 11,000 shots. Now you produce this fake drug at random and it's being extracted by them. How do you know your persons wherever they are that will take this drug? And Mr. Oracle, have we not agreed that there should be a death sentence for the peddler of fake drugs, fake medicine? Because we were in line in this your studio with the NAFDAC. We all agreed on that. I can remember that day. Now, we don't know how it's going to come to an effective. So, Mr. Oracle, I'm so worried about that. Then let me go to politics. Okay. Mr. Oracle, if I begin to talk about politics now, I want to ask, why is it that it is a river state that will come and take such judgment? You understand what I'm talking about? Why is it that it is the river state whole aspect of the PDP that is supporting the governor, that has been talking over the radio that what happened in Calabar is a jamboree? If we begin to say the governor of River State is being so political, everything that he sees, we will say, why are we calling him of the governor? Now let me say something. They wanted to do a congress for the world. You did not participate as a governor, your own people. They do a congress for the LGAs. You did not participate as in your own people. Congress for the state. You did not participate. Now Sona, you did not participate. And you are saying that you are more PDP than the one that is participating. Now, how do you want to produce a candidate in the PDP? Because I do not want to know what is your problem. Because actually, if we talk about the state, you agree. Now, this thing has to do with zonal. Now, if you're saying that no zonal representative here at the ESCO, this election took place simultaneously. Everybody went to their zone. So who to leave his own zone and come and monitor your own? That's why the PDP constitution says that the zonal executive should consider.
For the program needs to come up now. Thank you for being a part of this part of the show. Coming up at 4 is the business news, and after that, we talk. Please stay with us.